Hello, it's a great pleasure to be with you today and address your conference. My name is Dimitrios Buhalis and I work in Bonn University. Many of you will know of my research on technology, smartness, information systems, and their application in the strategic management and marketing of tourism destinations and tourist businesses. And I'd like to share with you some of the thoughts that they will get us towards 2030 and see how those will affect our industry and how those will make sure that we'll stay competitive and address the challenges of the future. Let me share my screen with you so I can show some of my slides and my recent publications. And those publications will be appearing in blue in your screen. You can see my books and you can see the Encyclopedia of Tourism Management and Marketing, which I finished last year. And we worked over the period of COVID to actually develop about the encyclopedia with 2 million words and 3,500 pages. And that is where everything that we do in tourism is being addressed. And also the books on smart cities and tourism and the sharing economy in the tourism industry and the gamification. Those are my latest books. That some of the discussions that we're doing today is based on those books. Now, part of the encyclopedia is to create the pyramid, and the pyramid demonstrates that you've got the tourism system on top, which is it's responsible for creating tourism products and value for the stakeholders who are involved in the tourism industry. You've got the travel generating region, you've got the transit region, you've got the tourist destination region, and then the whole industry is operating by using resources that are coming to the system and process them towards creating value for the stakeholders. Now, in order for the system and the tourism industry to work properly, we need to have planning, management, and strategy. We need market forces that understand what's happening in the market and the industry around the world. You've got exogenous variables, which are determining the different trends. And then you've got technology and infrastructure that determining how the whole system is taking advantage of the network and manages the different technologies towards maximizing the benefits for the stakeholders. You'll find all this information in the links I'm giving you here to understand how the tourism system can improve its competitiveness by using these technologies. Now, when we are looking about smart tourism, we need to go back to Steve Jobs, that he said creativity is just connecting things. And you'll remember the first personal computer that he created, which of course I bought back in '87 and I was using to start my career. Fast forward to 2030, you really need to look into how the industry will need to work with agility and how we can take advantage of technology and networks to create smart and agile co-creation of knowledge and value for the stakeholders. This will address everything that we do in life, but particularly in tourism, it will be a catalyst for bringing us forward towards 2030 and enable us to achieve the strategic development goals. Some of the key principles will be that tourism will be anthropocentric and value focused. It will be technology empowered to develop innovations and inspiration, and it will be connecting the entire range of stakeholders towards agility in real time to maximize the value that is coming forward. All of those things will be addressing the needs of the stakeholders, the needs of the destinations, and the needs of the tourists simultaneously. Smartness is about developing networks that take advantage of interconnectivity and interoperability of integrated technologies to re-engineer process and data in order to produce innovative services, products, and procedures towards maximizing value for the stakeholders. This re-engineering enables shaping of products, actions, processes, and services in real time by engaging different stakeholders simultaneously to optimize the collective performance and competitiveness and generate agile solutions and value for everybody involved. So smartness is the glue of the network of an interoperable, interconnected, mutual beneficial systems and stakeholders in order to maximize the benefit for everybody. And smartness creates the infrastructure for the value co-creation for all. It's based on network, as we said, and the interoperability of interconnectivity of individual players. It's based on the Internet of Things and the Internet of Everything. It's based on sensors and beacons in terms of managing, collecting information and big data and distributing big data. And it's about data analytics that's happening in real time by collecting information from all kinds of sources, including social media, the Web 2, and user-generated content, to understand what is happening currently and co-create value and send it to different players in real time. When you look into the future, we look into a range of different technologies. Ambient intelligence is bringing technology that's coming around us, and the smart cities and the smart tourism creates the infrastructure where the development of the different value is going to be created through using artificial intelligence and ChatGPT, robots, and eventually supporting us on hybrid living in terms of metaverse and how we can engage in real life and digital life almost simultaneously. Technology has been evolving over the years dramatically, and many of you will remember the beginning of technology and the beginning of technological solutions. And you can see on this graph how different things are moving forward and how we are progressing very fast in the last 30 years. And you can see all the different systems, and especially artificial intelligence systems, how they've improved their capabilities that enable us to develop new technological solutions. As we said, ambient intelligence introduced smart systems to everybody environments, propelling interconnectivity and interoperability for all the systems, vehicles and devices by connecting them to the Internet of Everything. So technical developments that enable that to happen is artificial intelligence and machine learning, ambient connectivity through wide area networks, 5G, and autonomous vehicles and robots. A lot of those things will be pushing forward in new interconnected environments and marketplaces. Again, they'll be dependent on the value that they can be creating. What we see is that consumers and users are going right in the middle, and then you've got a range of different technologies around it, around the user in terms of ambient intelligence. And these technologies include the Internet of Things, the Internet of Everything, 5G, RFID, mobile devices, applications, cryptocurrency and blockchains, sensors and beacons, pervasive computing, gamification, and artificial intelligence and machine learning. All of those things, they work together and they create the level of personalization, individualization, contextualization that the user requires. And this user may be a leisure tourist, but they may be a business traveler or a MICE traveler that is going for meetings, exhibitions, or different types of business trips. Now, artificial intelligence has been growing very fast, and you can see a lot of applications that are emerging. And especially we've been seeing the ChatGPT as an application that has been developing rapidly and enabling a whole range of different things happening. So a group of us got together and we wrote several publications, and this is looking to some of the solutions, some of the tactics that ChatGPT will be using for marketing in terms of building marketing campaigns, creating content, designing content, and using chatbot-based services to answer different inquiries. OpenAI was released on GPT-4, and it's multimodal and is developing a whole range of capabilities, advanced reasoning capabilities to solve very difficult problems that humans would have struggled to sort out. And quite often we are talking about ChatGPT and we're talking about text, but increasingly it will include audio, video, images, and text, all of those things together to work together using artificial intelligence. Now, I've written quite a lot of things on tourism, travel, transport, and hospitality, and artificial intelligence, and particularly ChatGPT. And some of the things that the tourists will be using is information finding and building itineraries. For example, how can I go to this conference? Where should I stay? What is the prices of different hotels? How far away they are from the meetings, and all of those things that I need to do in order to eliminate choices and create dynamic itineraries, particularly when there are things that are changing dynamically. And then, of course, a lot of content sharing is going to happen when people are creating user-generated content and they need to share in different places. From the supply point of view, from the tourism organization point of view, you'll see a lot of concierge services for consumers. So a lot of information that is being asked, or services that are being asked to be provided, ChatGPT will be developing, and also marketing content and text will be created, menu engineering, fact finding for things that consumers are asking for, identification of resources, social media, and organization of own web pages. I'll show you some of the examples. For example, here you've got demand side tourists that are looking for going to destinations, perhaps for leisure or for business, and they're looking for specific information, they are looking for specialized information, and they need to evaluate those alternatives towards creating solutions and itineraries that they meet their requirements. Increasingly, context will be included on ChatGPT in order to develop dynamic itineraries, make sure that we take advantage of things as they are happening, and to ensure that we are making the best decisions. So ChatGPT increasingly is offering the opportunity to combine technology and data and information from a range of different sources towards creating comprehensive answers. On the other side, when we're talking about the industry and the supply side, we look into how the industry can answer inquiries very efficiently and very effectively by providing travel recommendations for events and activities, assist with bookings and reservation inquiries, provide guests with information about availability and pricing, and create personalized recommendations for guests based on itineraries, routes, and transportation options that are happening. And then at the same time, ChatGPT and artificial intelligence will facilitate the communication with travelers in multiple languages during all times and using different facilities and different channels, enabling the revolutionary communication. I'll give you an example from a place called Kalamata, where my parents are coming from, and you may have heard about Kalamata olives, but when I'm talking about Kalamata, this is more or less what people have heard of, but they have no idea about the destination and what the destination has got to offer, where they need to stay, and what should they do. So if you're looking to Google for the time being, Google, if you're typing things like, what can tourists with kids do in Kalamata, Google is going to bring you a range of different links, and it hopes that they answer your inquiry and support you in finding what you need to do in Kalamata. But if you look for Kalamata in ChatGPT, then it can create a whole itinerary for you based on the inquiries and based on your particular context, creating personalization and contextualization. And the same thing happens on any questions you can have. So what is the way to travel between Bournemouth and Glasgow, for example, and what is the cost for this? What can a blind person do in Paris? Or can you suggest some gluten-free food? And again, a whole range of different opportunities can be created. Here's another example about organizing 4 days in Riyadh, where I went recently in a business meeting. And again, when you're looking to Google and you are looking to the different search engines, you are finding links. While if you're using artificial intelligence, it's actually creating itineraries for you and supports itineraries. And I also use Bing, and Bing is taking you one step forward by suggesting different things. So when I asked for where can I find authentic Saudi food and gastronomy, it gave me some of the best restaurants in town. and then start suggesting that how to cook kabsa, and start engaging me in a deeper kind of link. And again, this is only about text, but increasingly image will be very important. This is one of my friends called Christos Ditouras, who is actually doing research for Parga in Greece, and asked Microsoft Bing image creator to create the Parga with neoclassical buildings, so it changed the way Parga looks like, or to take Parga into space and show how Parga will look into space. Now, there are a lot of challenges in these things and a lot of issues that are being created when you use a machine to create different images, so it can create anything. So these are fake images that they were created for President Trump. And of course, these things do not happen, but they look so realistic that someone can believe that those things have happened. This is my good friend, Lee Mullen, who created a hotel chain with 5 different unique hotels, 27 brochures, and some wonderful visuals to create a hotel chain that is addressing customers who are looking for a volcano experience, so nearby volcano area. But he used, for 7 hours, he used artificial intelligence to create the concept and create all the marketing thing and develop the concept for everything. So this is one of our latest publications on artificial intelligence impact on hospitality and tourism marketing. And you can see here that we are talking about a range of transformations in the guest experience, transformation in the intermediation, the destination, and also we're addressing some of the barriers that prevent us from develop AI in tourism and hospitality. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is Metaverse, and Metaverse is driving hybrid living, and hybrid living is going to enable us to live in reality and in digital spaces at the same time. So increasingly we'll be able to use machines to teletransport ourselves into new areas. This is the next stage from augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality, where we're going to have elusive and immersive experiences, and we feel that it's almost like being there. So I don't have all the time to explain to you the difference between these different areas, but it's basically augmented reality is taking a feed and augments what you really see in real time, where virtual reality covers your vision and transports you to another stage. And mixed reality is a combination of both of them. And Metaverse is going to be addressing mixed reality and is going to bring technology, content, and users together to transform themselves in new digital domains where we'll be able to live in different ways. Metaverse will be used by different people differently, and this is where looking into how the big 5 personality traits are going to be affecting the intention to use Metaverse and how those will be looking at them. And then we also look into what are the variables, what are the personality traits that will determine personal innovation and hedonistic motivation towards the intention of using Metaverse. Metaverse will be using before in terms of looking to the destination, understanding, is this the conference center that is appropriate for us? Is this the meeting space or the incentive that will address the needs of our client? During the trip, it's going to enable us to maximize the benefits of the people who are traveling. And after the trip, it's going to enable us to collect memories and enhance our knowledge about the place and also sharing that experience with other people. So the tourism industry needs to get together and to create content and create platforms to support Metaverse and to support the content co-creation and the exchange of information before, during, and after the travel. And this is all creating a new ecosystem that you have. On the one side, you've got the tourism industry in terms of the principals, the suppliers of the destinations, and the public sector. Then you've got that is then creating the content for consumers to use before the trip, during the trip, and after the trip. And also it brings together different publics, like the people that you know, people that you travel with, other travelers or local people, again, to interact in this metaverse environment, to engage in different ways and maximizing the benefits for all the different stakeholders. And this is concludes my presentation. Please stay in touch with me, and I'm looking forward to interact with you, hopefully the next time on a face-to-face basis. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I'm looking forward to see you soon face-to-face. Bye-bye.